I'll take the total blame. I'm on the Education Committee, and you know, when we came here this year, we came with millions of dollars of shortfall in our budget. And you know, even though it kind of gets past people, but the way the governor developed his revenue estimates was not based on tax collections next year entirely. The tax collections got to a certain level, but literally it was millions of dollars short. So what he did was, he in his speech, basically the public thinks that that revenue's there. That revenue that he told us was there is not there unless we pass certain piece of legislation that he sent to us. And I, as a majority party, have been working with the governor, who's in the opposite party, trying to wire these things together. And you know, so several of these bills are they're distasteful. We don't like one of them sitting in rules right now that I asked be put on rules that takes $9,000 from the highway department. Some of them take money from water. It was very similar lineup as to last year, as this one was. And all I did in the Education Committee was comment that if it dies in the Education Committee, that one of those bills of the governor that would raise $14 million could come over to finance, and we would work with it. And if it's in my county's affected, I understand there's been a newspaper article now in the northern part of the state claiming that whoever voted to do that was voting against their county, and that's absolutely not true. All they did was vote to send that bill to me, hoping that I would be responsible enough to not hurt. My Putnam County was huge in this bill. So I saw that. You know, and I've been here a long time, and I would assume I might be trusted to at least maybe find one or two parts of this bill that we might be able to use. But no, I'm going to support the motions of the gentleman. But I want you to understand what they're doing. This was the governor's request, and his party is fighting him. We're trying to help. We're trying to balance this budget. So we brought several things to this floor the governor proposed. And you know, so that's all, but I would say that, you know, to the public, that vote yesterday was not against your county. Whoever's listening, that vote was just simply to let me have the opportunity, or the Finance Committee, to at least look and see if there was some other revenue that we could safely garner. Remember, though, this is the only way you can touch the public ed line, which is $1.9 billion, is to do something like this. Everybody else's budget has been cut by the governor in his budget, cutting the base. Higher ed's been cut. Public safety's been cut. DHHR's been cut. They've all been cut. You didn't vote on those. So you didn't have a chance to run an article about us. But, you know, we've agreed and supported the governor's budget. So I just simply say that, you know, I didn't think it was going to reach this kind of fervor. This is, as has been said by the gentleman from Wayne, this has not been an uncommon practice to pass a bill along without recommendation. Used to be, I'd sit here in finance. I've been many times when the chairman, when I was minority, came to me and said, you know, we got this bill, it's late in the session. Can we report it to the floor with no recommendation so we can get it read a first time or read a second time and keep it alive because it was late in the session, and bring it back upstairs? Said many times to me, this doesn't mean you support this bill, it just means we can keep it alive. That's all I did, Mr. President. That's all the people that voted yes did yesterday, was simply just to keep it alive. But I'd say let's just bury it in the sea of forgetfulness, agree with the gentleman's motion, refuse the committee report, and let it die right here on the floor. Thank you, Mr. President.